Sell your Nintendo Switch now.
Oh!
And I know you're thinking, but AJ, what happens to all my save data on the Nintendo Switch? I'm going to need it to transfer. And we had this conversation. I was like, I'd sell your OLED now. And you're like, no, can't, because I need to transfer it.
Indeed.
What's happened, Andy?
Nintendo have just they've entered 2025 for a start. And they finally allowed you to back up your previous system to their servers, which never used to be the case before.
No.
You always needed the previous system, whether that was a DS of kind, like a 3DS or whatever, or the original Switch. So going from Switch to Switch Lite to Switch OLED, you had to have both systems on you. You couldn't get rid of the old system first. You needed them both together, but no more do you need to do that.
Yeah, so now is an opportune moment to sell your first generation Switch only if you are getting a Switch 2. And it's really important. This isn't a backup feature for your data.
No.
In the strictest sense. This isn't like a fallback option, so you could tinker around and then revert back, or just have a nice save of your profiles.
No, this is not it. This is a one and done transfer.
Yeah, a one and done transfer. And the really important thing is that it will essentially factory reset your Switch after you do it.
Yes, so as soon as you've clicked back up to the server, once it's around that process, it will automatically initialize the disk and format back to factory settings, which I think is a good thing.
It's pretty risky, but it's a good thing.
It's risky if you're just tinkering around and hit that by accident, but I'm sure it will pop up a warning sign. But this means that you're not faffing around, backing up, and then trying to find how to format your device.
Very good point.
It's just a one click and done.
You know, it's one of the things I hate doing the most. Any computer or mobile or whatever. When I come to sell it, I'm always like, forget you're finding how, because it's not something you look at a lot. It's how to format or install. I'm going to tell you exactly what Nintendo said about this, because it is important that you get this right. For users that will lose access to their Nintendo Switch before receiving their Nintendo Switch 2, lose access, I read as sell.
Yes, yeah.
There is an option to upload system transfer data to a dedicated server, which can then be retrieved on their Nintendo Switch 2. So it's very specific language. It's system transfer data, which would have been what you used when you were going to transfer from one Switch to another.
Yes.
And it's for retrieving on your Nintendo Switch 2. So it's not a backup for another Switch device.
Yes. Yeah.
Kind of very specific.
It's very specific there, yeah.
So I only say that as a warning, like if you are going to sell your Switch OLED because you want to get Switch Lite instead or whatever.
Yeah, be careful, because until someone tries that, we don't know.
I don't think it will work.
No, I don't either. Their wording does specifically say for retrieving on a Switch 2. Yeah.
After you upload your system transfer data to the dedicated server, the Nintendo Switch system will be initialized to factory settings, so only perform this transfer if you're able to complete the transfer onto a Nintendo Switch 2. Again, kind of reconfirming that this is very specific from your OG Switch to your new Switch 2.
Yes.
But not if you're going from a Switch Lite to an OLED or in between. But it's an opportune moment to sell your Switch. You've got about a month until Switch 2 is in hands.
Yes.
So it's probably peak value right now.
Yeah, before it drops, because as soon as that Switch 2 drops, the prices are going to drop for the other systems.
Yeah, for certain. You may have a little bit of grace period because obviously there's going to be stock shortages.
There will be, yes.
As Nintendo said. They're making 8 million Switch 2 units available worldwide, and they've all sold out.
Pretty much.
So we predict that day one sales on Switch 2 will be between 6 and 8 million.
Yeah.
And there may be a period of time when no Switch 2s are available. So you've got some time to figure out if you've not got a pre-order in yet.
Yeah.
If you're in a country where you can get pre-order, get it in now if you want to,
absolutely.
if you can.
But rest easy that you can sell your Switch now, because that's something I would always do beforehand.
Yeah.
Same with what I did with the PlayStation 4 Pro before the PS5. Second they announced the PS5, I sold the PS4 Pro instead of waiting. Whereas with Nintendo, you've always had to hold on to it until you get the new one so that you can transfer. No longer is that the case now,
They finally entered 2025.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, it's very specific, and I wouldn't risk it if you're unsure. If you're unsure on whether you're going to or not, don't roll the dice on this one.
Yeah.
It's very specific
only do
wording.
this when you're ready to pack it up and sell it.
Yeah. But it's cool that they're doing it. I think it's particularly cool that it does format your Switch. Although it's very final.
It's very final, but I think it's the right thing to do, because with the 3DS, you have to format the 3DS, but you also have to go into the eShop and sign out of the eShop independently. Ooh. So you can format it, but then still be signed in on the eShop. It doesn't make sense. So you have to log out of the eShop and format it before you can sell it. Whereas this is like a one and done solution, all in one menu system.
It does kind of add into the feeling like Nintendo are really trying to embrace this digital only future.
Yes, they're moving into this account bound thing that's going to move with you through systems
and making things frictionless for that as well.
I
know it was really important to them before the Switch 2. They made a big a business announcement about it, that accounts is where it's at, and we need an account to follow you through your Nintendo journey, regardless of the system. This adds more into that, and it's just great to see because for me the point of this console is that it's almost zero technical ability needed to get the best performance out of it.
Yeah.
And this kind of adds to that.
Yeah, it's just aiding in the ease of use here, and I think they've been lacking it for a while. So the fact that they've introduced this is a big thing. I think it's going to make people's lives a lot easier.
It's really cool. So sell your Switch now. Whilst you can, and get some money back for it. Let us know down in the comments if you are selling your original Switch. Or are you holding on to it for nostalgia, maybe future value when that battery's dead and can no longer turn on?
Yes, indeed. And if that's the case, then watch our battery swap guide on the channel.
Oh, great plug. Now you've got to find that video and put it here.
Yes,
And whilst you're down there digging around, make sure you like the video, subscribe for more Switch 2 and handheld gaming content. And what else could they do?
Become a member, and you can chat to us in our private Discord as well.
So until next time,
bye.